I should have just left that little break in there for the recording because I forgot to record. But now those questions that I answered are forever hidden away in the stream VOD. What do you think about friends that turn everything into a competition? It sounds like they're pretty insecure to me. They want to prove themselves to be better than everybody around them just because they need to feel that validation. That's the impression I get from people that turn everything into a challenge or into a competition. Do you believe in second chances? Why or why not? I most definitely believe in second chances. I think that people can grow. I think people can change. If they do enough self-reflection, then they should be able to recognize, how is my behavior affecting other people? Is it leading to a positive outcome? Is it not? Why are people reacting to me the way they are? And if you can really introspect and really reflect on mistakes you've made, then why should we let that mistake define you forever? That's what I think about second chances, I guess. I'm sure there's more, I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now. Do you play Fortnite? No, I have sex with people. Something crazy that happened at a party that you saw. I forget the one I used when I tweeted it out. Something crazy. Oh no, I remember what it was. Oh my god. Okay, so I want to say 12 years ago, I went to a party. Sort of. I went to a fur meet. I went to go hang out with furries because I wanted to find a local group of nerds to hang out with that wasn't an anime convention. And then, well, there were a lot of pretty cool people there, and the conversations were nice, but I didn't know anybody there, just kind of showing up because it was there. And at that time I did have a fursona, so I'm a recovering furry. I'm sorry. The weird thing for me was that I really hope the answer is no, but have you guys seen Strike Witches? It's an anime about youthful characters and a lot of panty shots. And like, there's a difference between fiction and reality. It's just fucking uncomfortable when an entire room goes panties every time there's a panty shot with those types of characters. So, needless to say, I didn't really engage with a lot of people there. I just kind of went home. Something dumb you've seen on the internet or social media. I'm gonna be real, like almost every bit of drama out of the VTuber scene is pretty fucking dumb. But I mean, that's kind of discourse in every community kind of thing. It perpetuates. Words that you find funny for no reason. Gabardine. Bowl. Frankenfurter. Truncated. Um, I I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Red flags on a first date. If they don't tell me about their fucking Final Fantasy 14 character, no second date. That's like the biggest red flag to me, obviously. Or if they say they watch VTubers. I kid. Because, let's be real, you can be interested in VTubers and still have sex with people. There's just such a bad reputation of the VTuber sphere. Go us. "14 and not 11? Is that a pedo joke? That's what it comes across as. Opinion on taking screenshots of chats and sending them to friends. I mean, you gotta really trust somebody you're sending DMs to. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Marina. I'm sorry. Just talking about VTuber drama. It's like 9 times out of 10, it relates to some kind of accusation of predator behavior. So it's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be real, I haven't actually played Final Fantasy 14, but I do like, I haven't played, fuck, I haven't played Final Fantasy 11, but I play a lot of 14 when I have the subscription. Do you think you would ever adopt children? Maybe. I gotta be convinced into it, but I'm definitely not continuing the bloodline myself. All right. Opinion on taking screenshots of chats and sending them to friends. I think leaking DMs is pretty cringe, especially if you don't fully trust the person you're leaking the DMs to. How many direct message requests do you have on Insta? I don't really have any. I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't touched my Instagram in forever. I don't even know if it's updated my username there. What do you want to do again soon? Again soon? I want to go to a dinosaur museum. It's just not happening. Have you ever made someone jealous on purpose? Oh, yes, actually. So there was somebody that was in my community for quite a while. They were a very, very prominent member of my community for this time. And I also made a fair bit of not safe for work art. I still have the stuff to make the art. I just haven't really gotten around to doing it. But at the time, I made quite a bit of it. I do still enjoy making it. But they would always be like kind of requesting, or no, requesting is too friendly. But they weren't explicitly demanding. They were pushing for art of their OC and Renamon, or Luna from... Was Luna from Hell of a Boss? I don't know. I should probably watch that. But pretty much, this person was a little aggressive, I'll say. And then we had a bit of a falling out unrelated to the art and stuff. Basically, they got mad that I watched Vosh. I made a video about it. Anyways, so we had our falling out. I kicked them from the server, the community, and we went our ways. And then a while later, they came back. They came back to bug me. Because apparently I live rent-free in their head or something? It's been a while since they've gone away. But our last interaction had me block them. But here's the thing of why I actually, tying this back to making somebody jealous. They had taken a character model image that I had made of their OC and sent them that image. So they took that image and then applied it, and then put it into an AI and added a bunch of visual effects and shit, changing it around. And they had DM'd me the AI shit that they did with the pic that I made. Oh, don't worry, it gets worse. They doubled down, they justified themselves that they can do whatever they want with the art because it was given as a gift. Which, okay, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not going to argue over this. I'm just going to block you because you keep spamming my DMs. And then after I did that, on my alternate account where I have the art and I don't have them blocked, or like I have a secondary account where I used to put all my art, AI art theft, what the actual fuck? Yeah. So what I ended up doing was, I think the last picture I made was this jealousy picture. Essentially, it's the only time I did cuckold stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to show you guys because we're on YouTube. Yeah, literally the last picture I made. I'm double checking my archive. It's me and Renamon and Luna with me looking at the camera and the text of like, look at you, don't... Oh, fuck, yeah, look at you. You just wish you were me, don't you? I really, really hope they saw that picture. Because fuck them. Oh, yeah. That felt good. That felt good. But, I mean, we haven't talked since. So, good times. Do you trust easily? I considered that last person, the person I just talked about, as a friend. So, like, not anymore. And all that's, or like, the fallout with me and that last person was before I actually started getting into my hardcore content grind. So it was, our fallout initially was goddamn, like, I want to say November, December of last year. And I think I made that picture a couple months ago. Oh, fuck. Some people know who it is. Not everybody. What did you buy online last? That is a very good question. I can't remember. Oh, no, tools for work. I do remember. Because, like, I work in a trade where I gotta have some specific tools that aren't really sold at the typical stuff. Take care, Nessie. Thanks for stopping by. I can't get some of my, like, the majority of my tools from, like, Home Depot or Walmart. So I had to order them online. Best food when out and about at night. At night, you kind of gotta go with what's open, right? Personally, I like something greasy, preferably a pizza. What have you learned just to impress someone? I can't say I've learned anything in specific just to impress somebody. I honestly can't think of an instance. Every interest I've gotten into and learned has all been because, well, I was interested in it, not because I wanted somebody else to like me because of it. Would it bother you if your partner smokes, as long as they don't take my smokes without telling me? What's your opinion about smoking? You shouldn't do it, she says as she puffs on a cigarette. How long have you known your best friends? One best friend I've known since we were, I want to say, oh fuck, we've been friends since 2001. So like 20, 22 years. Wow. Jesus Christ. Another friend is like 2 years I've known them, and another is a year and a half, I think. At least that amount. If you were a waitress and there was a rude customer, would you spit in their food if you knew you'd get away with it 100%? No, I don't think I would, honestly. I don't think I'm that petty, but I am a pretty petty person, to be fair. Best purchase under $100. A fleshlight. Orangeade or orange soda? I like the bubbly. I want the soda, personally. Do you have any pets? I have 2 cats. Do you find it hard to respond to someone who tells you they love you? Yes. It is fucking awkward. Especially when I don't really know them. If we've engaged online, or we've interacted online somewhat, it's kind of weird. Kind of sus. Tips against a bad mood. Well, I'm gonna be real. You can't stop a bad mood. You kind of gotta let it happen. You gotta experience your feelings. You gotta process it. And then you gotta try and move on. When you're ready to move on, I personally like to watch videos that from creators that I know historically have made me laugh. So I want to find something that's going to make me laugh, help pick up the mood. That's just how I tend to deal with bad moods. I tend to get through them with humor. That's just me, though. Would you ever stalk someone online? Have you? This is so broad. Like, some people will call it stalking if somebody blocks you, but then still follows your alt, and then you go and check out their profile. But, like, have I ever gone out of my way to try and find dirt on somebody online without their knowledge? No, I can't say that I have. Not anybody in specific. I just don't have that big of attachments to people online. Have you ever been in a hospital, and what for? I've had multiple surgeries. None of the surgeries for trans people, mind you, aside from gynecomastia surgeries like breast reduction as a teenage boy. Aside from that, I have been hospitalized for other things. Most recently we assumed was strep throat because I was testing negative for COVID. And then I had a test done at that hospital, and they gave me some antibiotics, and like the antibiotics worked. And then the test came back for strep throat, and it came back negative. So it's like, what the hell? But like, that was really bad. I was out of commission for over a week. Do you swear a lot? Fuck you think you're talking to? Do you have trust issues? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Yeah, I've definitely got trust issues. Who doesn't these days? Like, for real, it's so fucking hard to just be able to openly trust people. Any tips for when you have to work or when you have work to do but are too lazy? I kind of have two answers to this. One, if it's executive dysfunction, you can't just force yourself to get over it. You gotta be able to take advantage of the times when you do have that executive function, but you can't just entirely beat yourself up for executive dysfunction if you just can't do it. But if you are just being lazy and you just get the fuck off the couch, go do the work if you're actually legitimately lazy. Because there is a difference between executive dysfunction and being lazy. There are times where I don't want to get out of bed to go do a thing because I'm just being lazy. And then there are times where I want to work on something for like my channel. I actively want to do it, but I just can't. I can't bring myself to actually do it. I can't bring myself to do anything more than just passively engage in some videos. It's a bitch. And you sound like a crazy person to somebody who doesn't know what you're actually talking about or doesn't fully understand it, hasn't had to deal with it themselves. Oh my god, it's just great, isn't it? How do you forgive a friend after they hurt you? Well, you can go the route of I accept your apology, but to truly forgive somebody, at least for me, I gotta actually see that they've changed, that they've actually reflected on how they hurt me. And like if they can properly point out what they did that was wrong and how they and what actionable steps they can take going forward to show that that behavior won't be repeated, then I can start the process of forgiveness. Because forgiveness is not something that's just I'm sorry, oh, you're forgiven now. It's not, it doesn't work like that. You gotta forgive people over time by seeing that they genuinely don't repeat the behavior. How often do you self-reflect and why? How often? I like to think fairly regularly, but you never really know. As for why, well, how else would I know that I'm always correct? What do you absolutely have to buy in your life? Freedom from capitalism. What is your very first memory? Um, so it was my birthday. I was riding around on a tricycle with a blue cape and a big green revolver looking water gun. I don't know what else happened that day, but I know I explicitly did that. And that was long before I actually started kindergarten, which starts at age 5 years old. Imagine I was buried in the ground, only with my head sticking out. It's punishment for cheating on my ex-girlfriend. Now, you have a choice. Could make $100 every time you spit on my head, unlimited times, or $50 if you set me free. What do you do? Obviously, I take the fat bait because this is just wanting. This literally sounds like somebody just wants to hear that people want to spit on him. So, yeah, I would make Bezos look poor if this was a legitimate option for me. But yeah, it comes across as like I just want to hear that people want to spit on me. Free this man. He's a cheater though. He cheated. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. Do you have advice on how to approach a girl? I personally approach girls the same way I approach everybody. Like people, you talk to them about perhaps something that catches your eye about their outfit. Maybe they got a pin that is of something you like. You don't know. Or I don't know, because it's a fucking broad subject of how to approach a girl. Like, get an idea of what they're engaging with currently. Maybe just say something nice, like, hey, your hair looks really nice. And then just move on. Well, like, if you say something like, oh, I noticed your pin. You got it for this one specific anime or show or whatever. I like that too. Do you happen to watch a lot of these types of things? Hey, look at that. You just started a nerd conversation with the girl. People build it up to be harder than it needs to be for them because they don't want to fuck up. And I get that. But they need to understand you're going to fuck up. How do you want to be a super Chad? Gets their way with all the ladies? You don't do that by just watching videos. You do it by fucking practicing it. And you can't practice social interaction alone at home. You gotta go out. You gotta go into situations where you can have that interaction. Keep it surface level. Do engage with talking about your interests as well as trying to find out about their interests, but keep it surface level. If you try and deep dive into like a topic that they don't really have interest in, you're going to lose them right away. Be careful when it comes to love. Why? Well, because you can get hurt. That's kind of the trade-off of trust in love. Am I wrong? Scared to fall in love? I wouldn't say so. How do you tell your friend their boyfriend is a piece of shit? Show the receipts. Show the receipts. Like if your friend's partner has explicitly been doing some bad stuff and they regularly do that bad stuff, get it on camera, get screenshots, and then prove to your friend that this person is not who you think they are. Like if it's an actual harmful thing, like it could lead to abuse, definitely let your friend know about that. Just be careful with how you handle it, because if you come across too aggressive, they're just going to see you as trying to drive a wedge between them and then just push them further towards the boyfriend. It's tricky. Be careful. How come some people still have a happy life without a smartphone? Because you don't need a specific piece of technology to be happy. You can find happiness with a lot of things in life. It's kind of funny. Why are you the way you are? It's obvious my parents raised me right. Would you say it's cute if someone is jealous or not? I would say it's not cute. Personally, jealousy is a fucking huge red flag to me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What do you think about only children? I think yikes. I'm gonna stick with OnlyFans, thank you. How do you know to let go of a friendship? Any tips? If you've come to a disagreement with a friend and it just seems completely irreconcilable, you've talked it over, and like, I'm gonna go with a fairly common one where politics is dividing a friendship, and I would say that's fine. But for tips of letting go, I can't tell if this person is asking if they've already ended the friendship and they just kind of want to forget about their friend, or if it's ending the friendship. I'm gonna go with the friendship has already ended, but they're still kind of dealing with residual feelings. I would say find new friends. Forehead. It's that simple. No, for real though, find local groups that share interests of yours. Do you like to read? There's book clubs. Do you like to go rock climbing? There's rock climbing clubs. Do you like to go hiking? There's hiking groups. Do you like to talk about anime? There's anime groups. There's literally groups for everything, especially if you're in a city. It definitely gets a lot harder in like smaller rural towns, but even then, you should still be able to find something with at least adjacent interests in you. There's almost always some kind of social event that happens even in rural towns. I grew up rural. I'm pronouncing that perfectly. I grew up in small towns and stuff before the age of 10, so I definitely have 100% knowledge on this subject. If you had to describe your relationship to yourself with one word, what would it be? Toxic. My tip is to not think about the friend much, distract your mind to subdue the thought so that it doesn't exist. Yeah, like, the thing is, you can't really force yourself to stop thinking about that. Those intrusive thoughts are always going to be coming back. You can't really stop that. But you can actively try and focus on different things. That's why I suggested the local real life groups where you make connections and stuff. Howdy, howdy. Like, it's so much easier to let go of a friendship that's already ended if you're engaging with new social circles to start building new friendships. It's so much easier. Hello, Epic. Which person could make you smile if you texted them right now? They are a supporter. They are the only person in the VTuber scene that has my phone number. And we talk on the phone. I love talking to them. I really like this person. But they tend to stay anonymous. One day, I don't have a bot that does that. One day, he does want to jump on stream and just start going off on people. It'll be a ton of fun. I have a command for that? Also, Epic, you realize I really, really don't like you, and I don't know why you're here. I didn't write the tellonym question, avoided it since I fell out with a friend of mine. Because they had one. I did try subduing it, but that didn't really help. I moved somewhere else, and that helped. Oh yeah, that can definitely help. Like, changing your surroundings can really make a big difference. Because, like, if you had a very long and deep friendship that has ended, it's going to be so fucking hard to move on when literally every area around you reminds you of them. It's just part of who we are. We kind of associate images, like the places we see, with the feelings we've had there. So it sometimes it is just easier to move on, to like move away to in order to move on. Are you friends with your crush? No, that would require me having a crush. Are you the type of person to respond quickly or not, and why? I try to respond to DMs fairly quickly. Though, like, for my telonym, I do not answer these quickly at all. DMs, sometimes I can't really quick answer stuff because, like, I work a lot. I also sleep. But if I'm around, I tend to try and respond within the hour. That's quickly, right? Do you like beer? No alcohol for me, thank you. Just drugs. Do you answer Do you answer all the people that write you a DM? No. I try to answer as many as I possibly can, but there's a lot of bots that show up, and like I get a lot of message requests that are just shit. But if I'm reasonably certain that it's an actual person DMing me, I will do my best to make an effort to respond. Especially if I don't know them beforehand. If it is somebody that I don't like, I will kind of leave you on red. My friend is still chill with my ex. Any tips? Yeah, get over yourself. Like, if it's just you guys weren't compatible and then you broke up, you're being a snowflakey bitch. If you broke up with them because they cheated on you, that is a valid reason to be pissed at your friend who is still chill with her. It's so gray. That's why you guys keep giving me goddamn vague questions, asking for tips. Do you prefer long or short hair? I prefer long hair. I like to be able to have an actual handle to pull on when I'm railing somebody from behind. You looking for a relationship right now? No. No, I am not actually. I have a relationship currently, and I've realized I'm the type of person that doesn't need a relationship in specific. So like I've got a good thing going and there's no explicit reason to really end it. But if it did end, I personally wouldn't care for replacing it. You guys get what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying. How do you feel about people romanticizing life? I think it kind of leads into fantasy thinking and just, it can lead people to have problematic views on the world. I want to whip people with long hair, Shantae style. Nice, nice. I've actually seen a wrestler that does that. That's like their shtick. A little bit of romanticizing of life is fine. Just don't fall into escapism, personally. If you're falling into escapism, I would recommend doing your best to try and change the stuff you're trying to escape from. Hey, Joestar, how you doing? Do you check your phone often? More often than I should. Are you a gamer? Oh yeah, 100%. I love playing mobile games. Do you have siblings? I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Do you know Harry Potter and what do you think about it? Okay, so let's get into this one. I will 100% separate the art from the artist. J.K. Rowling is a transphobic bigot, and she can go burn in a fire. I don't care. Harry Potter is separate from that. I think it's a boring universe with a predictable writing style. Personally, I don't care if people enjoy it. I don't care if they want to play a game. I don't care about Harry Potter is the thing. I actively dislike J.K. Rowling. I don't care about Harry Potter. Harry Potter's a shittier Star Wars, Omega lol. Star Wars is just Star Trek if the conservatives won. How's your kissing game? I've been told I'm pretty good. How'd your first real breakup go? Any tips? Oh, I went into detail on that one earlier. As for tips, you can't really expect it to go well. There are times where a breakup does actually go well, but you can't really expect that. What you should do is actually convey your problem with the relationship and listen to what the other person has to say about what they think of the relationship. Harry Potter also has a bunch of slavery and neoliberal status quo bullshit. Yeah, it's problematic. I hate neoliberal shit. Can you sing? I have the ability. I will try and substantiate that if I raise enough money next weekend. How can you enjoy being single? By enjoying life? Indulge in your hobbies, find joy in that, find communities around that, and if you really don't want to be single, find communities of the same interest, establish connections there. And guess what? You won't be single forever if you just keep building social connections and keep trying, keep working on, getting better at talking to people. Sean did a video on Harry Potter? Oh. I know he's got some pretty poggers videos, but I haven't actually watched myself, I don't think. I have heard people say good things about his videos, though. My god, gas buildup. Did anyone ever break your heart? No, nobody actually has ever really broken my heart. Because I haven't really fallen for people like that. Something funny that a pet of yours did once. Okay, so pretty much singles are always ready to mingle. True. So pretty much by my bedroom door, there is a glass display case that has a lot of my Gundam model kits in it. And my cat went on top of that display case. And my cat wanted to jump from that to my open door, because that's a very smart thing to do. So he gets ready, and then as he jumps, he doesn't have traction with his back feet, so he just kind of spread eagles and just flatly plops onto the ground with a loud thud. Oh my god, I laughed so hard. And then I got up to make sure he was okay, and he was like, I know I'm projecting to him, but he looked embarrassed. It's okay though, he got plenty of pets, plenty of scritchies, plenty of treats. He was fine. He just fell like a rock. What a goofy goober. Yeah, that's Gotham for you. He's such a beautiful princess too. You'd understand what I mean when I say that he was such a prince, or he is such a pretty princess, if you actually knew him. He's got like long hair. He's a long hair kitty cat, and he will not let you sit down while brushing your own hair without brushing him as well. He will push his way into the brush. He does not care. He wants his brushies. What do you think about tattoos? I actually like tattoos. I want some myself, but I lack the funds to get them. I do like tattoos on other people to an extent. There's like, I'm not the biggest fan of like full body tattoos. It's not a turn off, but it's not a turn on for me. If you get that. I think, to me, kind of less is more, so to speak. You get a few of them that actually really stand out, but turning into a full Etch-a-Sketch, okay. Like, you can do it, there's nothing wrong with that. There is most definitely group of people that love that shit. I'm not one of those people. Has anyone ever blocked you? What's the reason? Oh, I've been blocked by over 100 people at this point. As for the reason, I will list off a few and you can decide. I've been blocked over being anti-lolicon. I've been blocked over ending a relationship, friendship. I've been blocked over being a communist. I've been blocked over being trans. I've been blocked over making fun of people. I really gotta add more reasons. I gotta get blocked by more people. It makes me feel good. Cause like I love it when people hate me. It's funny. It just makes me feel like it validates me, so to speak. Like what's that phrase? Evil people, you mean? Just people. Just people. Yeah. Honestly, Raj, you shouldn't get too hung up on being blocked by people. You can't control what people do. You, dear, try to be a good person? Blocked? Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it's, they just hear the Twitter narratives and then they block you, and I'm like, oh, whatever, I don't care that much. If you're just going to block me and then not actually talk to me about shit, I don't care about your opinion. Just saying. I would care about their opinion if they put it out in a YouTube video, because you can't block me from watching a YouTube video if you're being a public figure, if you're being a creator, putting stuff out. Yeah, a block on Twitter only goes so fucking far. If you really don't like a person, but you get big enough as content creators, you're going to see them whether you like it or not, whether you block them or not. People give in to cancel culture quickly. They switch sides so easily. I'm going to be talking a lot about cancel culture and why people use it wrong these days. But that's for far later in the stream. Where was I? Oh, there it is. What did you believe in for a long time that was wrong? That voting doesn't matter. When in reality, it matters. Every single fucking vote does actually matter. Are we thinking on the same brainwave? Maybe, you never know. Voting does make a difference. You know what else makes a big difference? Organizing, canvassing. It really helps. Really, really helps. What's your opinion on people who marry their first partner? I don't know. I kind of like my mom. My mom's pretty poggers. Vote and organize. Yeah, you can't just do one. But yeah, there are people that will marry their first partner, and like it can work out for them in that sense. It's not the case for everybody. It's not the case for a majority of people. A lot of people, they gotta really work on shit. They gotta figure out what actually would make them a proper partner. Dinner time, you're gonna go have a little munch. You go enjoy your food. I should really do that too. But it's only like four. It's only four. Oh my god, I've been doing this for 2 hours now. Oh my, fuck, I gotta do these quicker. But don't worry, I'm almost done. What can I do to be less nervous on a first date? Unironically, if a guy's asking me this, jerk off. It'll calm you the fuck down. You'll be able to think a little more clearer. Seriously. Aside from that, hype yourself up. Give yourself confidence. That's okay. Bradley, if you want some good laughs, you ought to watch Gutsick Gibbon and others take on / debunk Young E. I have no idea what any of those are. Young Earth Creationist? Oh! I mean, that is some good times, but I do kind of like Surus for my going against religiosity stuff. What's the strangest question that you got here? I'm gonna go with the dude that wanted me to spit on his head. Coupons as birthday presents? I mean, if it's like a homemade free hug, free back rub, I'ma suck your dick when you want kind of coupon, those are pretty adorable. Those are pretty great. But if it's like McDonald's coupons, bruh. What is wrong with you today? Same thing that's always wrong with me. I'm living under capitalism. What's an expensive mistake that cost you a lot? Two big ones in my life. The most expensive mistake I made was going to art college, which I dropped out of. I spent $19,000 to go to art college for game design, and I work construction these days. Yay! I'm still paying back the student loans. As for the second one, I took out a line of credit with one of those payday loan places in order to pay for a vet bill to save the life of Gotham. That kitty cat that I told you about that dropped like a rock. Yeah, he was... I noticed he was going to the bathroom a lot. He was going to the litter box like not even half hour apart. I'm like, what the hell's actually going on? So I started watching a little closer. He went to the bathroom. He went to the litter box, did his squat, did his grunt, and then walked away. And it looked like maybe a drop or two came out. And it was like, that's not a good sign. I go give him a little pet, a little hug, and he feels bloated, or he felt bloated somewhat. And this was at like 1, 2 in the morning when I actually noticed this. Or no, it was like 11 midnight, I think, when I first noticed it. But then I actually got really concerned, or I actually started watching around 1, 2, and then got super concernicus, and then essentially I just couldn't sleep that night after that point. So I stayed up until the veterinary clinic opened up, and then as soon as it was open, I brought him in there, and they were like, he needs to stay here for a few days. Like the veterinary, the vet was checking him out, and like they compressed on his stomach a little bit and just actually kind of forced the pee out, because they told me if it took too much longer, he would have died. And he turns out he had crystals in his bladder, I think it was. But these crystals, you can't really surgery them away. They did do a little bit of stuff, but they didn't do any actual surgery on him. That ended up costing $1,000 at least for 3 days of watching over the kitty cat, and then an additional 60 for the bag of food that he needed to be on diet for a month. Taking that line of credit actually led to a spiraling of dipping into that to catch up with bills and stuff because struggling with money, and that kind of spiraled out to about $5,000 of debt. So I was sitting, at that point I had, in total, I would say, including college and that, it was like $25,000 of debt that I was sitting in. I still am, but I signed a proposal to, pay this one place back, or pay this one place regularly, so that the companies that I owe money to could still get some money back that they lent me, which it's basically a step up from a bankruptcy, because if I declared bankruptcy, I would still have to pay back stuff, but the companies themselves wouldn't get that money back. The companies wouldn't get anything back. With a consumer proposal, they get like a few cents on the dollar back for it. So they tend to go with the consumer proposal, which I'm glad they did, because if I had to get the bankruptcy, my monthly payments would be changing depending on how much money I make. But right now it's kind of locked in, so lucky me. But yeah, I did struggle, or I do sort of struggle a lot with debt, but I'm in a position where I'm actually controlling it. I'm getting to a place where I will be free of it soon, in the next few years. Go me. Your room, is it clean? No. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm not a complete slob, but it's not pristine either. I'm just mostly a slob. What do you think of parents that slap their kids? I think they should be slapped. Don't hit your kids. If you have to hit your kid to discipline them, you're not ready to be a parent. And that is coming from a childless 30-year-old. What has someone borrowed but never given back? The first thing that I can think of, like the oldest memory I have regarding this, would be Digimon World for the PlayStation 1. I'd lent it to somebody and never got it back. I had to buy a new copy for that one. And the most recent thing was a Nintendo DS Lite. Though I don't personally care that much about the Nintendo DS Lite, because I never played it. It was just kind of sitting around at my place. So nothing really lost there, no big deal. But that does bring me to the end of my telonym questions. Audience applauds. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content, and if you want to join the community, feel free to check out the Discord. I love to voice chat in there, so if you want to ever talk, I'm usually available. Well, in the afternoons.